Hey, Precalculus students, hope you're all doing okay. I am excited for week 3 of online learning. I made myself official here. I got out my teacher tie, very official. I'm wearing my glasses from the 8th grade. Whoops, there you go. Huge, huge, huge lenses. Makes me feel like a very good math student right now. Before we get too far along here, we're starting class right now, so go ahead and put your phones, this is all backwards for me, in the caddy. Okay, make sure you take care of that. A little motivation for you. Go ahead and challenge yourself this week. Make sure you are willing to ask some questions. I know that's a little different in this online sense, but I think that's one way that you guys can grow a little bit here is just being willing to email me questions or ask to meet up sometime or come to my office hours. Those are all good things to do. Set some goals for yourself. It doesn't have to be all academic, but what are some things you hope to accomplish this week? I don't know what it means to be a team player right now, other than maybe to help each other out a little bit. You know, look for people that you can connect with and talk with as we go through some stuff. Listen to the directions that I am putting out there for this online course. Follow through on your assignments. Make sure you know what's expected of you. And finally, this is really important for online. Make sure you're thinking for yourself. Okay, so a little class update here. First of all, I'm just very thankful for your work. I thought you guys overall have done some really quality stuff. You've turned in a lot of good things. I hope that you've adjusted well to this online version and just being at home a lot more. One thing I am going to send out today is just a class survey. It's not going to be terribly long, but whatever feedback you can give me as far as what we need to change or improve on, I would greatly appreciate. This is kind of our plan for the week. I think on Monday, I'm going to be assigning some things on how do we take these rational functions and if we graph them, how do we then describe them? How do we analyze them? So this is going back and using a lot of the same terminology that we did earlier in this semester. It's important that you know there is a note sheet that I will be sharing with you. It's optional. You can print it off if you want to. You can also just look at it or just go off of the video itself. And then also on Monday, I'm going to be asking you just to do some general review. So some of that is coming from the review assignment that you were working on right before we took this break. And then the other stuff might be just looking over some of the questions and the homework that we've done in the last 2 weeks. And that's all leading up to Wednesday. On Wednesday, I want you to find about a good hour and 15 minutes or so, and you're just going to take a kind of a practice test, a mock test. That is something that I expect to be turned in by the end of Wednesday. It's okay if it's an open note sort of thing. It really should be no calculator. And I guess the idea here is this is not going to affect your grade other than completing it and turning it in. But realize that I do think we will have exams of some sort. I don't know when we'll be back at school, if we'll be back at school, but even if we end up doing the entire rest of the year as an online course, I do think that we'll end up having some sort of an exam. So do make sure that you are taking this seriously. This is your chance to kind of get some practice into what I'm expecting you to be able to do without a calculator and really without notes, but it's fine if you have to look a few things up with notes because we're just in a different format right now. I'm going to send out a key Thursday morning, so I expect you to turn this in Wednesday. I said 5 p.m. there, but really by the end of Wednesday, you should be turning something in. Expect a key by 7 a.m. on Thursday, and then I'll provide some times for us to meet, some options for us to meet on Thursday, and just to be able to answer some questions that you might have. So be looking for that survey because I think a number of those things will be covered within that. As far as turning in your homework, I think for this week, it's fine if you did it the same way you did last week. Pictures, just a straight up picture works okay. There are times where they can be kind of fuzzy or I just can't see everything that I hope to see on them. So it does work a lot better if you try to turn them in through a Google Doc. I'm going to encourage you this week, if you think you can, to find a an app that would allow you to take pictures on your phone and then turn it into a PDF and then turn the PDF in to me on Classroom. That seems to work a lot better. So Cam Scanner is one that I've used that seems to do a good job. There's a lot more that are out there. So that's kind of your challenge, is to try and find that and get comfortable with that this week. Because if this does continue, and at this point I kind of think that it's going to for at least a few more weeks, that might be more of a requirement after spring break, where we are all turning in PDFs of our work. So just something to think about. But overall, I hope you guys are doing well. That was just a quick run through of what I think will happen this week. And then just be sure to fill out that class survey when that gets sent out as well.